What up, everybody? This is Al the Pal 78 coming at you. I just want to say a disclaimer real quick. I don't get paid to do this, nor do I have any video editors because these would probably be done a lot faster. It's just I have to redo it a million times to make sure I don't have too many silly mistakes that I do a brain fart on. Just totally forget. But with that being said, we're gonna come back over here and we're gonna start off by deleting these two, well, just one of them for now. And we're gonna change this ID to logo. And sometimes it's good to have your image inside a divisional. I messed that up. I want to do this. And like I said, Alt Shift F. Okay, if you see prettier go red, like it did here, it's missing something. I believe this is what is missing, the body tag. So let's save that and then Alt Shift F. And that makes this look a lot neater. I'm also going to get rid of this. And I'm going to do it a different way. LI times 3 and give me alpha tags or anchor tags inside all three of them. Um, okay, so it doesn't have that. So let's just try that right there. Let's do A and then tab. And now this gives me an anchor tag inside here. So this is gonna make my life easier when it comes out to actually fixing this and contact. All right. So here we go. We got three anchor tags. Well, it's gonna click to nothing. They're all gonna go nowhere. So you don't, since they're not going anywhere. However, this is very common, you see, because they got what they call this. They got SAP single SPAs, I mean single page applications. It's basically you have one page and it just links to the different routes to that one page. And you can actually put anchors on the landing page, which I'm going to have. That changes this a little bit. And now we're going to mess with the CSS. I think we're done here for the most part on the front side. But usually, what people would do is they'll put a hashtag like this in here on both of those just to have them in there. So I don't, as you can see, it didn't go anywhere. But, anyways, and if you're not going to your page and you're going to outside source, like say twitter.com, yeah, let's put that there. Let's go twitter.com. What you want to do, well, let's save it and see what happens. Oh, look, twitter.com didn't work, right? So in here, you might put HTTPS and then that and then that and then save that. Maybe that goes to twitter.com. It took you to Twitter inside your web page, and you don't want that. So what you want to do is you want to put target, not tab, index target, and then you want to put a blank. You want it to put blank. So what this would do is allow you to click here, and it'll open in a new page. So that's done. And right now we are actually going to go back to the hashtag. And as you can see, we're not going to target blank that. It's just going to open up the same thing. As you can see, is purpled out, meaning that I've been to the site already. That's fine. I was messing with this. Like I said, this is not the first time I started this video. So I believe everything else is going to be in the CSS. We got header, logo, header, nav, UL, LI, A's. So we're going to have to work with all that. First things first, we don't need this code right here. This box 1 and 2, we can get rid of that. Yeah, that was padding. We do not need, well, we're going to change, we're going to leave this image here, but as you saw, we're going to put header. We're going to put dot logo, so it's a class, so the dot logo class. And we're going to change this image to 8 rem. I like a big, I like my stuff to be big. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. There's no O at that. Dot logo header. Let me see. Am I doing that right? Header. Dot logo image. Let's see on the CSS. Let's see on the CSS header. Dot logo image. That should be proper. I don't know why it's staying that big, but we could put header. Dot because we're gonna need to do this anyway, and we're gonna put this at a width of 100%. And don't forget to spell width right. I don't know why, but I cannot spell width to save my life. But this is wrong. Let's put 20 pixels. This should be changing this. Let's see if I mess something up in here. Oh, you know what it is? It's an ID logo. And since that's probably going to be the only ID logo, we could switch this up. We could just change this both to like this and then like this. And this is your ID. And this is how you change that. That's that's horrible. So let's change this back to 8 rem. And I like 8 rem. All right. I think 8 rem is a good size. It looks bigger than most people. But I also want a border radius. This is like the squareness of your border for the most part. And I want it to be 100%, and that makes it a complete circle. Ta-da! For the most part, that's kind of what I want from here. I want my header, so let's get the header by itself. And I just want it to be a different color for now. And we're gonna just put background color. We're gonna call that gray. And that's so you could see it. Okay. But we need this header. It's very important because we want this to be over here. And we want this to be probably more, you know, we want it to be in one line. So let's start with that. How do we get it to one line? We can put flex, which is usually the most common way. Save that. That's good. I want my items to align in the center, and for some strange reason, this is always not aligning in the center. So let's align it in the center. Line items center. Justify content. I'm gonna leave that out for now, and I'll show you why in a second. But we put 100% in the header logo area, and all this is fine. This is kind of like all I really need. Possibly a padding over here of let's put 1 rem, right? Look, a little bit smaller here, but let's put the padding in the actual logo itself versus the image, and that keeps the image big, and it almost looks more centered that way. And let's come back in here, and we're gonna go to header. That's not right. Header, and we're just gonna go to nav. We're gonna, we're gonna change this nav name. We're gonna give it a, we're gonna give it a an ID as well, and we're gonna call it main nav, so main navigation, and we're gonna save that. And the reason I'm doing this is actually let's change this one more time. Right, we could do this like here. We got li dot list items, nav items. I mean nav items. Then we do the A, and then we no, then we do times 3, and then we do the A, right? The A's. So we press enter on that. So now they're all nav items in the class. And so once you put nav items, it'll select all these items that are navigational. We do the same thing here. This is more accurate, or how should I put? This is more. What's the word I'm looking for? This is more practice in this way. It just makes everything more specified when you do this. And that's why I'm doing it. I'm trying to show my peoples and myself and remind myself not to be lazy. What happens is we get lazy and we forget to do things. Like me, I forget how to do things because I got lazy. Alt Shift F. And I'm gonna make another nav. And we're gonna give it an ID of mobile nav. Like that. And we're also going to comment it out for now so it won't ever show up. Accident. And there you go. As you can see, this is over here. We're going to take care of that right now. And we're going to go to header, nav. And honestly, we just want to probably go to UL first. I don't think I have anything in the nav itself that I want. And I want to display a flex right here too. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. Header, nav. I only need one thing in there, and that's the width. 100. See, I can't spell width to save my life today. And then we save that. And now all this width is in the middle. So I kind of wanted it how it was with the this at the end here. So when we come back to this, we into here, we put justify content and we put space between, right? And that will give it all the space it needs in between. So this basically pushes us halfway to the screen, saying you got 100% of this side of the place, and this one got 100% of this side of the place. All right. So the ULs want to be flex. We want to justify content and I meant to put content, and we want to put space evenly. And that basically spaces it out for us nice and even, makes it look good, And yeah, that's kind of most of what I want here. We're gonna take the line space, list out. There you go, list out to none. We're gonna save that. It's gonna take out this right here. So I would have to go to do all this. Let's go to the li first, right? That's good right here. Now we want all this right here. This what this does, and I'll show you in a second. Once again, UL li. This allows me to be more specific. It's called specificity, something like that. There it is right here. That's the word. And this allows me to say, hey, get the header tag element and the nav element that's in this header element and the UL element that's in this nav element that's in this header element. You see how it goes and so forth. And then we're going to put an A. Now, if you do this with Tailwind, what happens is or SAS, they actually do that part for you. That's why I probably will end up using SAS later on. But here we go. We got this LIs. What I want to do is I want to make it. I don't know what I want to do with the LI yet. So let's just make it a height of 2 rem, and that's it for now. You're not gonna see that much of a difference right now. So let's go do the same thing. Control C. I like to do it this way. Some people don't like it this way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a line height. So I don't forget this. This is of 2 rem. This is gonna make it more center. So you're making this height center, and we need to make it more center. So it could be they call it. It could be center with this right here. If you don't put the line height and drop it, it goes to the top. You see what I'm saying? I'll do this right here. Watch this move up when I save it. See how it moves kind of more higher than the actual center part. So let's undo that, and then you see it drop. All right, so it's sometimes hard to see. I won't lie. We're gonna put the color of white here. We are going to take the text decoration out, and we're gonna put none, and that's gonna take out this right here. And then the last but not least, and this is gonna help us when we do the hover state. We're gonna display it of a block. Now you're not gonna see it here until I do a hover state. So in my hover state, now we're gonna take this li again. Control C. In my hover state, we want the background color to be white, right? But not here when it's hovered. So that changes it. So every time it hovers, it does that. We want the width to be 4 rem, so it looks bigger now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this width and I'm gonna also put it here, even though you're not gonna see that much of a difference, but you'll see a change, right? So we're gonna take this and put text align and center, obviously. So this is gonna make it look like it's more center. I mean, we can't see it right now because the color hasn't changed yet. Because we gotta do the same thing here. But I believe we don't need any of this, and all we have to do is change the color on the hover. So we're gonna put color, and we're gonna put black. And I usually try to change that too. We're gonna put the hover state, and now this is just a square, so it doesn't look as cool, but we're getting there. So let's come back over here. But we had, oh, let's come back over here, and we could just align put a border radius of like 3 pixels or something like that. Let's put 5 pixels because that's pretty cool sometimes. You see, it has that roundness to it. It's pretty cool. Um, yeah, this is for the big states, and we're gonna end up doing media queries, but not now. So my monitor is pretty big, so it's kind of far in between. We might want this a little bit closer, so we could do that later. I don't really care about it now. This is basically all I wanted my stuff to have. Now, what I don't like is how fast this happens. So, let's see, transition. So, just to let everybody know, 1 second, like that. I think that's how it does. See how it changes. This changes right away. Still, we're gonna have to put that in the hover state for this as well. So let's, I think it doesn't go in the hover. Well, yeah, you want to put it in the right before the hover state. So now when it changes, you'll be like, oh, look at that. So everything's changing slowly, slower, and then you want to put in and out, ease in and out or something like that. Let's ease in out. So what this does is you notice how it changed right back right away. Oh, it doesn't change right back right away. That's what that does. And that's basically what I want to do for my site right now. So what I could do with this, right, is I could copy this whole thing right here, everything I want in there, and all this other stuff is already in the old. All right, in the old, this is just navigation. So now we're gonna come here and do the same thing. Open with code, and we could actually go live, and it'll be a different port number. It's probably like 505501. So you see how we have all that nonsense there. In here, let's go to our here, and you see that we don't have everything I thought we had here. And then we'll take this body and this one, and we'll do this so I don't have to type it all. Press Control V, Alt Shift F, and then organizes it, makes it look nice. Let's see what our web page looks like now. Wow, horrible. But that's only because we don't have the index set up correctly. So as our header index, since we did everything in here, we would come here and we'll just take the header to header, right? Control C that. We'll come over here. Well, we'll come over here and we would take the header to header, Control V that, and save. Let's see if that changes anything. So that changes this web page already around. Bang, bang, bang. This seems a little bit bigger. It's probably because they might have more stuff in here. Um, let's see. Well, no, this should be the same size. Let's find out what's going on. Yeah, this has this top of it of this div. All right. Oh, what happens is we got main, and because it's not specified, I believe it's still getting the header section right here. So we could get rid of the header section right here. We don't need that. Press save and see what that looks like. Because we what we did was we basically see now that's a little bit the same. But basically we're saying this is the header of this section, and it also had a background of gray. So you have to be more specific if we wanted to do that. Let's go back and let's undo that real quick. If we wanted to really mess with this, we could go here, and like I said, it starts becoming cumbersome, right? So we go to main and then header, and we put background color, and we put yellow for that. And you'll see maybe if I saved it right, if I save this and I save this, we'll see it. So that's what happened. So it looked like it was bigger, but it wasn't. Let's pull this down too. And let's just make the color let's make the color the font. And that's the end of this video. So we needed.